Hello, hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to elenasbarre and the resurgence of sanity. How are you doing, guys, today?
Awesome.
Good. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, happy 4th to everyone. And yeah, today we continue talking about the topic that we started last week. Last week we were talking about what gives women security, and we talked about the first element from that formula. Let me just quickly show you the formula so that you guys remember what we did last time. So yeah, last time we talked about security, which includes some spanking, uh, applying restraint and discipline and correction on women, then regulating their emotions, right? And today we are going to talk about the second element here. Women want to feel sexually desirable or sexually desired.
So you mentioned spanking. What we're talking about is playful.
Yes.
Playful, okay? Show that you're stronger than her. It's boundaries, it's restraint, but
Mhm.
it's gentle dominance, it's being in control. Okay, that aspect. Now, Elena thinks of, she let me put it this way. Men desire to show dominance. Sometimes women actually want to be punished. So in her mind, it might be punishment, but she might want that. In his mind, he's not necessarily doing it for that reason. He's just doing it because he's showing he's stronger.
Mhm.
And yeah, this leads to security in the woman.
Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, if you have any ideas, thoughts, and observations that you'd like to share with us, please leave a comment in the comment section in the chat. The chat function is available for you. Remember to please like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. And yeah, let's dive into this topic, Steve, because you proposed the spanking, sexually desired, and then loved. And we will talk about love next time that we meet. So now we will be focusing on the sexually desired part.
So, do all women want to be sexually desired by their husbands?
I don't
Well,
know. They
okay.
say that they are so pure. So
No, it's not. It's not
Oh,
purity.
but are we
I
doing Madonna whore complex or are we going?
know.
Mm,
No,
not directly, no.
Okay.
I think we're because I see this having been divorced in two ways. Women who want divorces do not want to be seen as sexually desirable by the man that they're getting ready to divorce. So, not all
Right.
women do.
Okay, let's ask Nick. Did your wife want to be sexually desired by you?
No.
Okay, so we got that covered. It's not always true that a woman wants to be sexually desired by her husband.
Mm-hmm.
No. In fact, the phrase is, I'm not just a piece of meat.
Mm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
For
So,
him, for
okay,
him, and then okay. Let me connect here. The usually, if they have a social media presence, yeah, she's not a piece of meat for her husband, but she's a piece of meat
Huh?
for everyone else on social media.
so
Oh,
okay, here's the next question,
and
Nick.
by the okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Did your wife accept boundaries that you imposed? Did she
Usually not.
accept restraint from you?
No.
Okay, now we get a linkage. If you cannot restrain a woman, she does not want to feel your sexual desire for her. because she's in control.
Yep.
She will use your sexual desire for her for control purposes.
Yep.
If she's already got your provision and your children and your paycheck and the house, she gets more control by just denying you. She can't extract anything more from you because she's got the control and she's got the provision.
She's got your basic needs covered. So what more does she need
Hey,
you for, right?
and if she decides to leave, Big Daddy State's gonna take care of her.
Mm-hmm.
Cash and prizes, baby. She don't need no man.
Oh, that statement though, Nick. She don't need no
Yep.
man. The it's right in there. She doesn't need you. So why should she desire you?
Exactly.
So in some sense, we're saying that women are actively choosing men that they don't desire because we've told them by the state, by the indoctrination systems, that they should not, A, they should not want a man they desire, and B, I think it's a lot easier for women to grape men financially and otherwise if they don't.
It's kind of a package here. So feminism teaches women you're equal to men. You can go out, be the boss babe, and all this. Since you're equal, you are not to be subservient. Men are not more powerful than you. Men don't get to make the decisions. So, with that attitude, they can never feel his dominance for the average man. Then, since he's not dominant and they're equal, they don't really have any sexual desire for him, and they don't want him sexually desiring her. And because of that, this dynamic, she really doesn't have respect for the guy. He's just he just brings in the money. Therefore, here's the conclusion. If he loves her, she will not feel his love, and she couldn't care less whether he loves her because she can't feel it. So she needs those. It's a package deal. No restraint, no desire, no love, or it'll be fake love.
Yeah, well, if they convince also that men need women more than women need men sexually.
So what Steve says, no restraint. What's behind the no restraint? It's one of Plutarch's favorite frames. It's not money, muscles, and game. They can help you, but they can't help you keep a relationship. I mean, really, they can't. Eventually, they'll get old.
But yeah, they need men to not have frame.
There
Because a man who has frame is going to be disciplining, for one. But two, he's just not going to accept the woman that doesn't desire, that has no desire. It kind of comes across as, well, yeah, I'll fuck you. Okay. But then I'll move on to the next one, because when a man simps, he gives up his frame in exchange for that sex. And money, muscles, and game can help you get there, even if you don't have frame.
And once you simp, there's that loot that dries up.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got money, muscles, and game, but if you simp, you're done.
Money, muscles, and game. Okay. If you're on the dating apps, really, it's money and muscles and some good pictures. You got to look good. Yeah, okay, you can have a little bit of banter, and it's how you write things. Okay, you can demonstrate your game. But, it's often said in the manosphere that women really all desire less than 20%. 10% of the men are of the caliber that women desire. You know what? Those are the guys with frame, with game, and with, dominance. They don't put up with much from women, but yet women are they're willing to drop their panties for these men pretty easily a lot of cases. Yeah, he may look good too. But yeah, okay, he has that ability to restrain her. He has that dominance because he has frame. Yeah, he probably has a good body too. He didn't let himself go. That shows he has self-discipline and he works hard for something.
Mm-hmm.
And now, oh yeah, she wants to be desired by that man.
Well, there's these old memes that I haven't seen much in the red pill recently, but they used to float around, and it was it was a cartoon, and there'd be kind of like this nerdy guy, and he'd be walking. He was like walking or standing next to a woman in her cubicle, and he'd go like, "Hey, Mary," and she'd go, "Ew, get away from me." And then Kevin from accounting would walk by. "Hey, Mary, looking good," right? "Oh, Kevin," right? So this is not, we're not saying that, ignore money muscles game, and particularly on the dating apps, that's exactly what you're being evaluated on, is particularly money and muscles, because those are things that are easy to see on dating apps. Game, you have to kind of demonstrate through the chat functions, and there's whole aspects of texting game for that stuff, but frame is frame is something that it's going to show up in how you carry yourself, but it's not something that you can like demonstrate to a woman, like here, do this thing. So yeah.
That texting game, you can learn that. I don't think it's all that applicable to real life. It is useful if you're out to get selected and meet women and probably bed women. That texting game might get you there, might accomplish that, but then do you really want this woman anyway? And does she want you? The probability of anything long term coming from these online dating sites just seems to me to be very low.
Well, one thing I will definitely say about texting game is it has no use in a long-term relationship, particularly one where you live together. It's useful in dating. It's useful for bedding women. But if you're in a long-term relationship, particularly where you're living together, just you don't need it. And we were talking with Lana and I were talking with Donovan Sharp here recently, and one of the topics that came up was, how does game change when you're in a long-term relationship? Well, free preview. Here's one of the things that changes in a long-term relationship.
I was wondering if women also get spoiled by money muscles game, hypogamy insurance that we talked about earlier, guys. You can go watch that separate live stream that we did. Because they don't get to experience men with frame. They are just very rare, right? Not a lot of men are going to have that, especially the ones on Tinder and other social media dating apps. And I was wondering, because most men, they don't execute upon their frame, so they kind of feed into what women want, into their delusions, right? Okay, I want a man with the muscles, I want a man with a high income, right? But okay,
Yet,
if they
yet,
show some
yet
game,
they'll throw that out the window if some 6 foot tall Chad walks in and has a little, you know,
yeah,
charisma.
exactly. So I'm wondering, because like the men who only want to just bend chicks, right? And okay, guys, if you choose to do that, it's fine. But uh, like this kind of spoils women in a way that they don't get to experience the frame and restraint that many impose on them. Like the moment men start, even let's say these guys have frame, right? But the moment they start executing upon it and placing some boundaries, restrictions on a woman, she's like, no, I don't want that. I just want that hypogamy insurance that was happening before.
Right.
Well,
That's the control.
there's another
Wi-
factor here.
Women compartmentalize it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There was that game, Screw, Marry,
Kill. Oh, sorry.
yeah. I didn't want to say that. Okay, that's compartmentalization.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of that K word, we'll use discard.
Discard. Yeah, that's a good one.
So at least 50% of the men go in the discard pile or category.
Mm-hmm.
And the women don't care if they live or not. They just know, get them away from me. And then now we're down to the screw or marry. Okay, that 10%, they're for screwing because they are the Chads. They're not for marrying because first of all, they've learned from experience that these guys are not going to marry them. But they're good fun, and you want to be bent in half and twisted around like a pretzel. Yep, he's the man for you.
Mm.
And then this other, call it 40%. They're the productive, nice guys that look okay enough and they got a decent job. Oh, they're the marrying type.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, okay, so now it separates the marrying type. You don't want restraining you. You don't want sexually desiring you. And you want to put on an act to get their love, which mainly means resources. You really don't care about their feelings. And so you've compartmentalized. You will use your sexual wiles to control this guy, and then you want him to desire you so you can control him. But independent of that, you really don't want his desire. So that means after you marry him, you might have used all these, seduction techniques, but by God, now you're married and you're not going to walk around the house naked. He might get ideas. Might come up and smack you in the butt because it looks good. He doesn't want that. She needs to train him now that no, we're not doing that anymore. Basically, she doesn't want to feel that from a guy who is a marrying type. She just doesn't want to feel that. But with Chad, would she walk around naked and greatly appreciate him slapping her on the ass? Oh, hell yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.